Greetings, fellow computer enthusiasts. Wait, that sounds pretty highbrow. Anyway, hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about a game that simulated software intrusion without going all Hollywood on our strings. Well, unlike most modern games, this one's very bare bones in its approach. I'm going to talk about System 15,000.
RetroKork.
System 15,000 is a game produced in 1984 by British company RetroKork Communications, written by one man only, and it has been released at least for the ZX Spectrum and our beloved Commodore 64. The premise of this game is that a friend enlists your help in recovering $1.5 million that someone digitally wired away from a friend's company. You get a phone number, a name, and an access code to get you started, and well, there you go. Access to the game itself is kind of tricky, especially if you don't know that you have to press the delete button to kick off the game beyond the intro screen. If you don't find that out, well, you're boned. From here on, it's pretty much a guessing game. Of course, you dial the number you've been given, you use the access code, and you check some information. But how you proceed is pretty much up to you, and it's pretty much using your brain. That's also how, according to what I know, what I've researched, real-world hacking and system intrusion usually worked, back in the day at least. Nowadays, yeah, the advantage this game has over real hacking is that you don't need a modem, you don't need a connection to any network, and it mimics the sound of the phone lines, including US phone lines. US landlines use a different dial tone than British ones. That have been replicated, and you can hear it. There is, however, and I can't keep it away, a downside to this game. There's a bit where you have to wait 10 minutes before you can continue. Fortunately, with emulators, you can reduce the time to, say, 1 minute, if not less. But still, it's an annoyance. It's an artificial block, basically, to you. And there's a bit where you have to wait as well, but not as long, well before the event I mentioned happened. On top of that, well, this game requires you to bring pen and paper. So you have to take notes. It's kind of like with the old role-playing games where you have to navigate a dungeon and it doesn't have an auto map. So you have to jot down basically the maze and hope that it works out. But this is something that is common for us old school gamers. But to ease this trouble of having to write down everything, nobody, well, not really nobody, almost nobody tries to trace you back to your origin. You see, BBSs and the like were pretty new back then, and mostly run by enthusiasts. And hacking, while already in existence, was less prevalent than trying to jip the phone companies by what is called phreaking. But that's a completely unrelated topic. Well, not completely unrelated, but it's not related to this game here. If you like a challenge with lots of notes for you to take and where you have to work your brain, well, this is the game for you. If you want fast-paced action, this game, yeah, it's not necessarily something for you, because there's not much of a time limit, and there's virtually no pressure on you, besides, of course, trying to achieve the goal. Next time, well, next time will be a bit special. I'm going to look at something a little different. And no, I'm not going to make a joke. After all, it's not April Fool's Day the episode goes up.